Imagine an organism so tiny you can't even see it, but powerful enough to create half the oxygen that fills your lungs right now. One that feeds entire ocean food webs, and could even help save the planet from climate change. I'm talking about algae, Earth's unsung green heroes. Today I'm diving deep into the fascinating world of algae. What exactly are they? Why should you care? And how might these microscopic powerhouses shape the future of our planet? Let's jump in. So, what is algae really? Algae are a super diverse group of simple, plant-like organisms. They use photosynthesis to make food from sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water, just like plants. But don't get it twisted. Algae aren't true plants. They don't have roots, stems, or leaves. Some are microscopic, like phytoplankton floating in the ocean by the billions. Others, like kelp, grow into underwater forests taller than a house. And they're not just green. Algae come in red, brown, blue, and practically every shade in between, depending on their pigments. Seriously, if you've ever seen pond scum, nori on your sushi, or spirulina powder in a smoothie, you've met algae. But why are algae so important? First off, oxygen. More than 50% of the oxygen on Earth comes from algae. Yeah, you heard that right. More than all the forests on land put together. So every second breath you take, thank algae. Second, algae are the base of the ocean food chain. Tiny phytoplankton feed zooplankton, which feeds small fish, which feed bigger fish, whales, and well, you get the idea. No algae means no sushi, no coral reefs, no whales. Third, algae are masters at absorbing carbon dioxide. They soak up gigatons of CO2 every year, helping slow down global warming. They also filter water, support whole ecosystems, and partner up with corals to build those stunning reefs. But humans have found even more uses for algae. For starters, food. Algae like spirulina and chlorella are superfoods, packed with protein, vitamins, and antioxidants. Next, biofuels. Certain algae species can be turned into eco-friendly fuels way faster than any crop, and they don't take up valuable farmland. Plus, algae extracts are in your skincare products, from face creams to anti-aging serums. And that's not all. Algae-based fertilizers, animal feed, and even biodegradable plastics are making industries more sustainable. Of course, it's not all sunshine for algae. Sometimes too many nutrients in lakes and oceans trigger explosive growth called algal blooms. These can choke out oxygen, kill fish, and turn water toxic. Climate change is messing things up too. Warming oceans are shifting where algae can live, and that means trouble for creatures that depend on them. Like everything in nature, balance is key. But here's the exciting part. Algae are at the center of breakthrough research. Scientists are exploring how to harness algae for carbon capture, new medicines, renewable energy, and more. Who knows? The green slime you see in a pond today might hold the secret to a cleaner, greener future. So next time you spot pond scum or snack on seaweed, remember? Algae may be tiny, but their impact is absolutely massive. If you learned something today, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more science every week. Until next time, stay curious.
Not all algae are created equal. First up, green algae, or chlorophyta. These guys are the most similar to land plants. You'll find them everywhere, from ponds and lakes to the oceans. Some classic examples? Chlamydomonas and ulva, better known as sea lettuce. We actually use green algae for everything from biofuels to food, and even to help clean up wastewater. Pretty versatile, right? Next, brown algae, or Phaeophyceae. These are mostly marine, and they include some heavy hitters like giant kelp forests and sargassum. Brown algae are packed with alginates, which you'll find in ice cream, cosmetics, and even medicine. So the next time you eat a creamy dessert, you might be thanking brown algae. Now let's talk about red algae, or Rhodophyta. These thrive in deeper waters since they're great at absorbing blue light. Red algae are the source of agar and carrageenan, which are used as gelling agents in desserts and lots of other foods. Then there's blue-green algae, also known as cyanobacteria. But heads up, they're not actually algae, they're bacteria. These were among the first life forms on Earth. Some cyanobacteria make powerful toxins, but others, like spirulina, are edible and super nutritious. Algae aren't just important today, they've played a massive role in the history of life on Earth. Here's a fun fact. Cyanobacteria helped create Earth's oxygen-rich atmosphere during the Great Oxygenation Event over 2 billion years ago. And get this, algae are considered the ancestors of modern plants. Through endosymbiosis, early algae-like cells got swallowed up by other cells and eventually became the chloroplasts you find in every green plant. Now let's check out the cutting-edge science behind algae. Red algae produce antiviral compounds, and some species make substances that could help treat cancer and inflammation. Scientists are even genetically engineering algae to produce insulin, vaccines, and biodegradable plastics. Algae can work as bioreactors, basically tiny living factories that grow useful proteins at scale. Plus, large-scale algae farms are being set up to absorb CO2 from power plants. And yes, NASA is testing algae as a food source and life support system for astronauts on Mars missions. But, as amazing as algae are, there are still concerns to address. Harmful algal blooms happen when nutrient pollution like fertilizers and sewage cause algae to grow out of control. These blooms can release toxins that harm fish, people, and even dogs, and cost billions in damage to water systems and tourism. There are also controversies in algae farming. Some worry about monocultures harming marine biodiversity, and there's debate over using genetically modified algae. Plus, many countries still don't have strict regulations for algae-based products, so environmental monitoring is trying to catch up. Algae may be small, but they hold big answers to our planet's challenges. From cleaning our air to powering the future, these tiny organisms prove that sometimes the smallest life forms have the largest impact. Is algae the key to saving the planet?